Authentic Assessment by Joshua Felcher and Stephanie Kendrick. A few definitions of authentic assessment. Authentic assessment, also known as performance-based assessment, is a form of assessment in which students are asked to perform real-world tasks that demonstrate meaningful application of essential knowledge and skills. That definition is by John Mueller. Another definition, authentic assessment is engaging and worthy problems or questions of importance in which students must use knowledge to fashion performances effectively and creatively. The tasks are either replicas of or analogous to the kinds of problems faced by adult citizens and consumers or professionals in the field. That definition is from Grant Wiggins. So what does it look like? An authentic assessment usually includes a task for students to perform and a rubric by which their performance on the task will be evaluated. A few examples of those. The first example is from a high school genetics level class. So congratulations, you've just been awarded grant money to fund a research project to find treatments for a genetic disorder of your choosing. Before your money will be available, you'll need to present your genetic disorder to the grant committee in a PowerPoint presentation. To learn more about your genetic disorder, the grant committee would like you to share the following information. The committee will be composed of your fellow class members, and you will share what you have learned in a PowerPoint presentation. Some of the things that you should include: how is it inherited? Is it dominant recessive or sex-linked? Be sure to discuss the gene mutation or chromosomal malfunction. What are the symptoms? When do you first see the symptoms? What are the current treatments for this disorder? How is the genetic disorder distributed? Where is it found? Is it found in a particular country or only in certain races? What are the names of the support groups? What are the current research or future treatments you'd like to fund? And what are your personal thoughts about this disorder? Also included with these guidelines is a rubric. So the rubric just follows alongside those questions that the students were tasked with answering, as well as including the presentation, as well as the sources that they gathered the information from. So another example of authentic assessment, this is coming from a elementary level English class. So the task is, you've been reading and studying many nonfiction texts. Now it is your turn to be the writer. Pick an animal that interests you. Research that animal by reading a variety of nonfiction texts, books, magazine articles, websites. Collect 4 or 5 main facts about your animal. Also collect details or examples to enhance these facts. Carefully write a good paragraph about your animal, following correct paragraph structure. Include a graph as a visual aid. Make sure to turn in all pieces of this project: the final paragraph, teacher approval form, mind map, color-coded rough draft, graph check form, and peer evaluation. So this assessment is based off of a few checkpoints that the teacher will be checking throughout. So formative assessment 1 is just a teacher approval of the topic and the sources. You can see examples of them right here. Formative assessment 2 is the mind map. Before beginning your paragraph, you'll complete a mind map to demonstrate your research. This will be completed in a computer lab following a saved template. Animal name in the center, each fact branches out from the center. Details or examples branch out from the facts. Make sure to include sources that branch from the center as well. So you can see the template right here. You have the animal name, the facts, and the sources. And this is just a rubric that makes sure that the students have included everything that you see on the template. Formative assessment 3 is a color-coded rough draft. After your first teacher-student writing conference, upon completion of your first draft, you'll make changes to your second draft and color-code it to show your paragraph's organization. Follow this pattern: topic sentence in red, facts in orange, details in blue, closing sentence in green, and transition words in purple. So this is essentially just breaking down the rough draft paragraphs and making sure that the students understand where each of these important parts of that paragraph would be. So formative assessment 4 is the graph check. This is essentially integrating a cross-curricular activity in which the students start to integrate their math and science knowledge. So in math and science, we've been working on reading graphs. It is your turn to make one yourself. Using information from your research, represent something that you have learned with a bar graph. Remember to include the 4 major parts of the bar graph: title, labels, scales, and bars. This is a checkpoint to make sure you're on the right track. After this, you can fix any errors. And this is just a rubric to make sure that the students have this all put together. Peer evaluation, formative assessment 5. Following your second draft, the color-coded one, you will be revising with a partner in the class. Complete the 6+1 writing traits checklist carefully and thoughtfully. Provide positive comments and suggestions for improvement. Be specific and tell ways in which the paragraph could improve. Here's a rubric for that, as well as the 6+1 writing traits worksheet that each of the students will be given. It includes a few main points that they should go over with the student, as well as any comments they have about what is good in the paragraph and what needs to be fixed. Finally, they have the final summative assessment of the final paragraph itself. This is a very detail-oriented rubric which goes over pretty much everything that they should include in the paragraph. Finally, I just want to supply you with my references. That was just part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you very much.